before I go, or we go?
And I think I have one thing to add. I think that what brought me to business brokerage is I try to help people fix their problems. I come from developer side, and I just know people that having problem, and my license can help. Like business brokerage, you're not really sell, buy and sell. You try to find what's their problem, and to fix their problems. This could be financial problems, or team problems, or human resources problem, or marketing problems, or what the business problems. And by trying to set the business, somehow you learn like how to be a mechanic shop, learn the restaurant business, learn assisting living business, and that's just a fun part for me, because they learn new business every day by being understand what they try to buy and sell. I think that's a fun for me, so that's what me here. And I think yeah, and if you look only commission, and I stumble across a couple business brokerage was horrible. I represent a buyer, and they said, oh no, we want to do dual, meaning they want to deal with buyer and seller both. If they don't represent both, they don't want to transact with you. And I was mad, and I dig through the license, I complained to the board, and this is not right, and I even skip tracing, find who's the owner of property, and call the owner. Hey, you have a horrible agent. You're doing the, sometimes really. I mean, some people literally just after commissioned, and not. I don't think that's truly motive. Right way to be in this business for long term.
Well, Kay, you bring up human nature, right? You're talking about human nature here. And it's, some of us are greedy, actually. I've heard of those people, and they're not interested in other people, and they don't care. I really do think, like Jay said earlier, she gives out this free advice, and maybe she ought to get paid for it, right, Jay? And but I think it's just, the way you live your life, Kay. You probably find yourself this way at home too. Maybe you're a kind person. I think it's a good idea to be kind. So I'd rather do that than the other way, I guess. It's a relational business, as we pointed out here. I mean, we're not talking about the nuts and bolts now. This is kind of high level, and this is why we do these things. And that's why a gray hair like myself doesn't. Why don't I just go home and sit on the couch? Because that's where my friends are. They're all sitting on the couch getting old and demented. I may not remember a Chamber of Commerce and the Census Bureau, but I still have some things I remember. So it's those are the things that make life worth living, right?
Yeah, I know that's one thing too. I think I have to do better by not attaching to my client. I'm not really attaching, but I mean, most of the client, I know them in some way, and I know that this business with this start from scratch, that's the bread and butter, they feed the family and came from nowhere to be someone's to be this business. When they sell, they sell the entity somehow. So I try to be professional possible, and I kind of protecting my client in some way. And that's maybe a little bit overboard in some way, because I treat them like friend. They came to me when they have many options, because I'm their friend. And professionally is beside the point, but they trust me in some way to help them with this transaction. So I try to do my best. But I feel like now, as everyone was saying, it's recession, real estate tough, and this and that, and everyone trying to be greedy, and I don't think it's the right way. And people sell business. Some bottom line, they have problem. That's why they want to sell. They already have problem, and you make their life even more miserable. It's not nice,
Well, Kay, I mean, I really enjoy what you're saying there, because this is the business we're in. it is problem solving business. You're right. And you don't want to add problems to their already problematic lives.
Right.
And all of us have gone through a lot of stress. And these restaurant owners you're talking about are primarily still under that stress. I mean, the one I'm talking to right now said that they're only back 42%. Well, that's not enough. Break even maybe is 70%, right? And so they're underwater and they're not taking a salary. So it is that kind of thing. And we can't always sell their business either. We have to realize that we are not always going to be able to sell their business. Someone may not want it if it's not profitable. So that's tough for us, Kay, to say up front, this isn't a business that I can last. Because a lot of people will say it's going to be 10% or 25,000, whichever's highest or lowest, highest. Some of these businesses aren't worth 25,000. And so that makes it really tough. You have to be able to say no. We do have a DIY, by the way, if someone wants to know more about that. We have a DIY, do-it-yourself way of selling the business through BXB Brokerage. You can go to our website, you can see that. And so if it's 3% of the selling price, but if it doesn't sell, you don't know anything. So that's for those businesses that are very, very difficult to sell. And you get a little out of it. You get a percentage if it sells, and you can help them that way too. We have a system where you value it, and then you come together with a confidential information memorandum. And those are the two main components. And of course, then the blind selling on the backside. You don't want people calling you directly, so you need some blind way of taking that email. I'm not making this about our company here. I don't want you to get that wrong, but that is an option, Kay.